coffee cause you called me. Wonder if I see it in your eyes. You just wanna hear me cause you're lonely. Cause I wanna be there by your side.
Hey guys, Rom Gurji here, and today we are going to talk about this amazing phone that you just saw being unboxed. We are going to talk about the iPhone 11. But first, if you're new here, press that subscribe button, press that bell icon and hit that like button if you like the video. If you don't, watch the whole video and tell me why you didn't like it. Now, let's dive right into the Apple world. Okay, so we are going to look at this iPhone 11 not just as a standard review, but in terms of 2020. That is the difference. This is a long-term review of the iPhone 11. Why? Because the iPhone 11 recently was available at $59,900, which is a steal for this device, and I'll tell you why. So, first let's talk about the design of the iPhone. Design-wise, I think it has held up pretty well, except that huge chin on the front of it. This design is old from the front, but extremely classy from the back. Yes, the gloss finish on the back of iPhone 11 is a huge fingerprint magnet, and it would be much better if you buy a case. If you're looking for a case, by the way, links are down below. And it does need a case, because if it breaks, it's going to cost you a hell lot of money. But other than that, I think the design is pretty sleek and slender. Moreover, the camera bump has a matte finish cutout, whereas the back has a glossy finish. So there is some differentiation there. And moving on, the chassis is beautiful. So it's a metallic chassis and it looks gorgeous. I think it is one of the best that I've ever seen, right? And well, this aluminum feel is beautiful. It's actually gorgeous to hold in hand, and when you do hold it in hand, you do feel like it's premium, it's a class apart. And maybe it's just me being attracted to the iPhone, but I think it is something that is different from all the phones that I've touched. They feel metallic, yes, but they do not feel premium being metallic. And I don't know if one can understand this concept, but yeah, design wise, I think iPhone has a great design and it feels pretty sturdy, yet does not feel that heavy. It feels like the weight is balanced properly. On the front, the screen is beautiful, the colors are punchy, right? Obviously this huge ass chin is very old school, I think, but yes, it does house a full-fledged 3D face recognition sensor. So yeah, the buttons are very tactile and give a nice feedback, and it still has that lightning port instead of a USB-C, so obviously you're going to have to carry that proprietary cable around. And there is no fingerprint sensor, obviously, iPhone 11, yeah. And it has two cameras, very well performing cameras to be very honest, and has dual tone flash, so that's good. And that was for all the design part. Now coming to the accessories part that come in the box. A really good, nice lightning cable. It's pretty long compared to what other OEMs give. It is pretty long. Earphones that I think could have been better, but are okay-ish. Yeah, they come like this and they feel pretty cool. Okay quality, I think. This I hate. This is the charger of the iPhone 11. And it's so small, it's so slow that it's frustrating. But I think it is also useful to a lot of people who travel light and don't like carrying bulky chargers like the iQOO 3 charger I have. It's huge. It's humongous, but it also charges that fast. So yeah, you make a few compromises for that minimalist feel, right? And also I so want to talk about the box. The box has such a minimal experience and feel it seems very polished, and I don't know why. It just does not seem that tacky, but very polished, right? Now we're going to get into the UI of the iPhone 11, right? So the UI is obviously iOS. It's currently on 13. 14 is coming very soon, and I think it's amazing. And I'll tell you why. There is not a lot of customization. The customization is pretty low, but when you talk about the integration, it's pretty high. It is a very well integrated system. There's no lag, even with less RAM. All the apps work well. And just to give an example of this, right, comparison, you go on your Android phone, open the Instagram story page, click a picture, you're going to get it in a pathetically low quality. But whereas if you go on your iPhone, open Instagram and point at the same object for the same story, you are going to get a way better high quality picture. That is because there are only a few iPhones that get released in a year, but there are so many Android phones that get released in a year that the developers can't stay up to date clicking all those pictures by people, and they can't keep optimizing it to give high quality images for each and every phone. So yeah, iPhone gets an advantage at being a seamless experience there, but it does lack a huge amount of customization. Though that is going to be introduced by iOS 14, it is still not going to be the same. You can do so many things in Android. Moreover, I mean, come on, custom ROMs on Android, that is a great deal for anyone except for iQOO users. No custom ROM development. But when you talk about OnePlus users, I mean, the amount of custom ROMs that are available, it is amazing. You can customize your phone exactly like you. So a real kudos to that for Android. But here the experience is seamless, and I think I would always choose stability over customization, but not everyone is going to agree with it. It's just my point of view. And the UI is not that difficult to learn if you're coming from Android. So I predominantly use Android, and when using iOS, I do not have a problem because I've used iOS before. But yeah, there are certain things you need to learn. There are certain nuances of this phone that you need to know about. It's very secure, but the idea of it being secure also is quite troublesome, because in Android you can just skip the whole setup and start using your phone. In an iPhone, it's not that easy to do that, right? So that's one of the issues. It is missing the normal launcher page, etc. And there are some apps which are free on Android but are charged on iOS, and I never get why. For example, the game Alto's Adventure, it is costly. It is damn costly on iOS when compared to Android. So yeah, you're going to give something to get something, yes, but iOS integration is something that I've fallen in love with. This has comparatively a lot less RAM than my phone, but damn, this runs much more smoother, and that is because of the optimization and that amazing chip. Now we're going to talk about camera quality and the amazing iPhone video stability. Okay, moving on to iPhone's camera. I think this is one of the most talked about features in an iPhone, the camera, and obviously the Google Pixel. But even though Google Pixel does give a competition to an iPhone, when you're talking about photography, it can't match the iPhone when you talk about clicking a video, because iPhone rules when you take a video with it. The camera app itself is so smooth and so subtle that it does not give you too many features, but it gives you all the features that you need, which something lacks with Android. Okay, so the problem that the systems aren't streamlined is going to cause this problem, because each company is going to have its own camera app, and that camera app may have some features, may not have some features, may have some algorithms, may not have some algorithms. When you talk about an iPhone, let's say it's an XR, let's say it's an SE, or let's say it's 11, all of them are going to have one camera app. Obviously the hardware based features are going to be different, but when you talk about a camera, the quality is important, and when it comes to the iPhone, the quality is fantabulous. I think it has one of the best quality cameras in phones that I've seen. When it comes to a video, I can click professional quality videos with this camera. So if you're looking for a beautiful camera phone and you upload those stories on Instagram, you're an influencer, iPhone is your choice because those high quality stories that you can click in a minute can only be done on iPhone. The quality of the cameras is really, really, really great, and I would give it like triple thumbs up for this amazing camera quality on an iPhone, especially the video. Real good. Now we're going to talk about the battery quality of the iPhone, and I think this is the only part wherein the iPhone lacks when compared to the Android phones. I'm not saying the battery is bad, I think it's just decent, and having a decent battery for something that costs 60 to 70,000 is not that great. Guys, after the battery, I'm going to talk a little about the performance. So there's not a lot to talk about the performance because it has the flagship A13 Bionic chipset of Apple, which is really nice, right? It performs really well, and Apple has always been a no-brainer about performance, right? They always release flagships per se. So as far as performance goes, you're not going to feel like you're lacking any performance. Even in 2020, it is performing smooth, buttery smooth. There's no lag, no stutter, and Apple actually never has that. So that's really cool. Right? So what are my final thoughts? Well, my final thoughts about the iPhone 11 are that it's a great buy at a great price in 2020. Firstly, because it's an iPhone, right? The quality and the surety of that quality is really important, and iPhone gives that. When you talk about other brands that are coming up, you should look at maybe OnePlus. OnePlus released a phone in a super huge hurry, and there are so many problems that came with it. The screen tint problem, the screen burn problem, this black crush problem, so many problems came in. When an iPhone launches, maybe you will hear about one problem which they fix in one update. So yeah, you have that feeling of being a premium customer when you buy an iPhone. Moreover, the software support is for years, so that is something to look at when you're buying a phone for a long term. If you're investing, invest well, I guess. And as far as iPhone goes, their price really dropped this time thanks to them being made in India or manufactured in India, to be very honest, right? So this phone was bought at 59,900, I think. In the sale it was for that much, and right now you can buy it for about 60. So it is really good. The discounts are great, the phone is amazing, it's in powerhouse, and it comes in some amazing colors. So I think it's a no-brainer for someone who wants to buy an iPhone. And who is that someone? It is that someone who wants their work done, or maybe you're an influencer online, right? You need those instant Instagram shots that should come out well. Maybe you're a videographer who does not have the money to buy a professional camera. People have shot commercial with an iPhone camera and it has come out well. Yeah, the iPhone camera is actually professional grade quality when you talk about video, right? Obviously you can't compare it to Red Dragon cameras, they're really professional, but when you talk about a point and shoot mobile camera, obviously the iPhone is the winning champ when it comes to videos. Or maybe you're a business executive and brand names and quality matter more to you. Obviously the iPhone is going to have a certain command when you move around with it, because it's an iPhone, it makes a statement, right? And that's all for this video, guys. If you like the video, a thumbs up, a subscribe would be a big deal to the channel. Thank you guys, see you again.